Hi, everybody. Let's create a conspiracy. First shade we're going to be dipping into is Not a Fact. So just take a big fluffy brush and dip, 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 dip that brush, coat it with that color. Tap the excess and shove it right into the crease. We're going to blend that shade all throughout the crease and the outer corner of the eye. Doesn't have to be completely perfect. We're just blending this and laying down our base. Dipping into the same color, we're going to take that all around the crease. The messier, the better. I know it looks weird, just trust the process. Blend, blend, blend it to filth. Tap out the excess and just buff everything out. Check to make sure everything looks quasi-similar in shape. Doesn't have to be sisters, could be cousins. Now we're taking another fluffy brush and dipping into cheese dust. Again, coat and saturate the brush in cheese dust. Tap off the excess and go right above where we ended Not a Fact. We're going to marry these two shades together. That way it looks seamless and perfect. Just blend, blend, blend them together. That way it looks, kind of like one color, but not really. Now, take the cheese dust and blend it underneath the eye. Again, I know it looks weird. I know. Trust the process. Trust me in my madness. Keep blending that all underneath your waterline and go back in with the fluffy brush in Not a Fact and do the same thing, but only on the first fourth of your waterline. That way you're not taking it all the way and covering cheese dust. If you have to get the pigment just right, don't be afraid to tap it into place. Now you're going to take some micellar water and cut your crease. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. Just find where your crease lies and just etch it out. Start slowly, that way you're not taking off more than you want. I always start with the wet side with very little pressure. Now, we're taking that micellar water underneath the waterline to kind of get rid of all of that mess that we created. Now, after you cut your crease, go back in with Not a Fact. We're really going to make these colors pop. We don't want them to look too dull. We do want them to be visible by everyone's eye. We want everyone to be staring at what a magnificent makeup look we've created. Now, take your other fluffy brush, go back in with cheese dust, and just make that color pop a little bit more as well. Now, I'm finding my primer. Whatever eye primer works for you, use that on a little brush. And then we're going to paint that right where we cut our crease so we can make sure the color we're putting in here really stands out against the rest of the makeup. Just bring that right up to the edges of where we cut our crease. Now we're going to pat it dry. And then while we wait for it to finish drying, we're going to grab our Velour liquid lipstick and lip liner in shade Unicorn Blood. And we're going to go ahead and line our lips. Don't mind me, I can't draw a straight line without looking into a mirror. I try to get my lip liner as straight as possible because even if my eyeshadow doesn't look great, I want my lips to be perfect. Now go in with your Velour liquid lipstick and follow that same line you just created. We're just going to fill it in, like we were in kindergarten. Just color inside the lines. Even if you do make a mistake, it's totally fine. You can still use the micellar water and clean up the edge, or a little concealer will do the same trick. Now that we've done our lips, that primer should be dry, but I always like to tap it a little bit just to check. In this case, I didn't. We're going to take Diet Cola on an angled brush and just pack that right in where we cut our crease. That way it really does pop. You want this color to stand out against the rest of them because this is the true moment that everything comes together. With all the madness that we made underneath the eye, over the eye, this brings everything together. I like to pop a little bit in the inner corner and then drag the edge of my brush to help anything that may have fallen below. Now we're going to take Jeffree Star's approved mascara and just coat every lash in this. Just keep dragging that through every eyelash, just like we drag our exes behind their back. Dunk back in, and we're going to do the bottom lash. And drag it a little less than we did the top ones, but still like our ex-boyfriends. I got a little mascara on the top part of this makeup, so I did take some toilet paper and kind of dab it off. Went back over it to kind of cover it up. And just blend and blend and blend. Don't worry about how tired your arms get. You're doing it right. Grab any eyeliner. I like to use liquid felt tip eyeliner. And go right in the middle of your eye, as close to the lash line as possible. And then kind of trace out the shape of the wing that you want. I always do a winged liner because it really lifts the eye up. And just fill that wing in. You want this wing to be as dark and as sharp as possible. The sharper the better, that way we can cut our enemies with it. Now, since we are working with a shimmer shade, you did see me wipe the eyeliner off on my hand to get the shimmer off. Now take any pair of lashes that you have, could be old, new, favorite ones, less favorite ones, and just go ahead and put your glue on there and let your lash glue get ever so slightly tacky. I like to blow on it a little bit to help get it tacky. And then just place it as close to your lash line as possible. Doesn't have to be perfect. If there's a gap in between your lash and your actual eyelash, the hack to fix that is to kind of take some liquid eyeliner and just shove it into that separation. That way it looks like they're one. Now, I like to play with the tassel of this mascara because the packaging is amazing. Now, I like to brush the mascara through my eyelash and the false lash to make it really look like one. And just press it together with the edge or your fingertips if you want. Makeup is fun. It's subjective. This is art. Now, we're going to make sure that these lips are precise and streamlined. Again, me not being able to draw a straight line with anything. Grab any wig that you have, or if you're a woman following this, use your natural hair. Pop that on, get everything situated. And just like that, we've created a conspiracy. Thanks for joining. Have a good one.